What's up, guys? Joe Munoz, OneStepPrep.com. Hope you're doing well. A quick note on self-confidence in a simulator. You know, it's interesting. Every single sim that I start in the briefing room, I always begin the sim with the same phrase, which is there's one intent for this lesson today, which is to leave the training event feeling better than when we walked in. If we can leave today's training event feeling better than when we walked in, mission accomplished. Now, the reason I bring that up is because a lot of people refer to a simulator as a sweat box, as a torture chamber, as whatever you want to call it. And you've probably heard these terms before. And the truth is, folks, just the way I approach training. If you leave a training event with me or with any of us here at One Step Prep and you leave a sweat box or a torture chamber or have that perception of any training event period in any device or sim, we're not doing our job as professional instructors. So the way we take our jobs here is very serious. There's genuinely a one true reason that we are in this is because we're passionate. We want to help pilots. Our briefings are like this. The whiteboards are very much full of notes and what have you. And we do have that place of genuinity where we want to make sure we deliver to you. So for those of you that maybe have had a sim recently and you walked out of it not feeling like you had a boost in confidence, but in fact it was quite the opposite. It was a blow to confidence. That has a lot more to do with how the session was conducted from an instructor's standpoint than you yourself. And I always say the best training outcomes are those where the instructor and the student share responsibility for the successful outcome of the training event and the program. For those of you that are instructors watching this, there's one thing that I can tell you big time that will put your students in a position to not want to receive from you, and that is detachment. Meaning, and just think about this logically, if you feel like the person delivering is detached from your success, they feel like you need to show up and know this, and if you don't, then you're on your own. If there's that level of detachment, the engagement is minimal and the training events frequently turn into torture chamber events. But the fact of the matter is, when you have an instructor conducting a session with a genuine interest in ensuring that you leave feeling more equipped and more prepared, you will have a better outcome not only in your training program, but for that training event. And the result of that really is that you leave with a confidence boost and not a confidence blow. So I just want to share for those of you that are going through training right now and you feel like, man, that last event didn't go too well. I can assure you, I have done training events with students from 200 hours, 300 hours, all the way up to 20,000 hours, all the way up to the gentleman that actually flew the 747 space shuttle aircraft carrier, folks. The reason I share that with you is because at the end of the event, the objective is always the same, which is to ensure that you leave feeling better and more equipped at the end of that event than when we started. And that, frankly, is more on the instructor and more the responsibility of the instructor, which is the facilitator, to deliver that experience than it is on the student at all. Hope we train you here at One Step Prep. You guys know the name. Want to enjoy your friends and training program success? We got this classroom here. We have 5 more classrooms that we just took possession of up on the 4th floor. And also, of course, we can deliver virtual training. Let me just share with you here a little tour of the studio. This is actually going to be converted into a conference room. The studio is behind this door. We keep it actually, I think it's locked right now, obviously. So if you haven't seen that, I'm going to share that with you right now. Back there, we've got a couple posters of some books I've written. The Type Rating Playbook to Success, Flight Plan from MunozMission.com, and also the AX3 certification workbook down there. All those programs I put together for you, folks. I put them together because I think there's a dire need for proper training, not only in the aviation industry, but really in our school systems all over. So these are things I'm passionate about. I just want to share with you real quick. We produce a lot of content, put out a lot of videos for YouTube and also for our formal courses. This is where we do it in our studio here, fully equipped with a production station just behind me over here, where we have done literally classes with 30, 40 students on that screen, the instructor delivering to the camera right here from our production desk. So what am I saying? If you want to work with us virtually because you can't come to Miami maybe, you're locked down somewhere, there's some travel restrictions, what have you, and you're having a hard time getting here to Miami, we'll come to you. We can do interview prep. We can do simulated prep. We can do oral prep. We can do all kinds of stuff. And also we can do your FAA 142 training, which would come in the form of an initial recurrent upgrade, circling restriction removal, whatever. Come hang out with Monica, who sits over here. She's our record keeper, the one and the only. Alexis over there. Diego, our director of sales. Juan and myself here, our instructors. Folks, We can't wait to train you. Joe Munoz, Juan Dominguez, your friends in training program success, onestepprep.com. I'll see you.